Amber, a young editor, is suddenly allowed to go out and perform actual reporting. She is dispatched to Aldovia to provide an update on Prince Richard, who must decide by Christmas Eve regarding his desire to become king. Amber takes advantage of the opportunity to sneak into the palace for anything to report when the prince fails to attend the scheduled press conference. She plays along to obtain the opportunity to learn her scoop after being mistaken for Princess Emily's new tutor, who was initially anticipated after the holidays. For her latest role, she quickly discovers that Prince Richard is more complex than the playboy persona that the media portrays him as. His ascent to the throne is not without its complications. What's going to happen when they learn that Amber is a reporter? Let's watch what happened in the movie A Christmas Prince in its recap. Welcome to Movie Spotlight. Amber Moore, a budding young American magazine journalist working as an editing junior, is compelled to work more than she should. Out of the blue, Max, a senior writer, orders Amber to attend the press conference going to be held in the royal palace in Aldovia regarding the Crown Prince Richard, who is said to take the king's recent death. Max alleges him to be an irresponsible playboy and is also rumored to abdicate, and she hopes it will lead to a big break. As Amber makes her way to the royal family's palace for the press conference, she thinks this will finally be her big break. But Prince fails to appear to the press conference, frustrating the assembled journalists. Thinking she can't go empty handed, she decides to pry around and is mistaken for Martha Anderson, the new American tutor for young Princess Emily. To look into the rumors of abdication, Amber cooperates and takes on Martha's persona. Amber meets the royal family as Emily's tutor, including Richard, whom she learns is the man she fought with over a taxi at the Aldovian airport earlier. After treating Amber like an ordinary girl, Emily, who has spina bifida, quickly warms up to her after purposefully trying to trick her into quitting. As the royal family has invited the esteemed members of the nobility, Emily asks Amber to be her guest. Emily informs her that Simon, Richard's jealous cousin, is next in the line for the throne, which he desperately desires. Emily herself cannot assent because she is a woman. After learning that Richard is genuinely responsible and kind, Amber is drawn to him despite his reluctance to assume the throne. Queen Helena shows Prince Richard, Emily, and Amber an acorn gift King Richard planned to give her for last year's Christmas before he passed away. Amber also runs into Sophia, Richard's stunning and alluring ex-girlfriend, whom Richard believes was only drawn to him because of his potential title. After learning Amber's true identity, Emily agrees not to reveal it to anybody unless Amber creates a tale demonstrating Prince Richard's genuine excellence. Like every year, the royal family has helped celebrate the holiday festival in St. Joseph Orphanage to support the children. Prince Richard's closing remarks were expected, but instead of giving them, the prince spent time playing with the orphanage kids. Amber understands how much he cares about the kids. Addressing Prince Richard's absence for closing remarks, Queen Helena suggests that he should be stronger and a leader to accept the throne. But Prince Richard denies taking it. Lady Sophia doesn't like Amber getting closer to Richard. Amber chased Richard into the woods on horseback the next day, determined to know him further for her article. Richard saves Amber after she is thrown by her horse and is attacked by a wolf. When Richard takes Amber to his father's former hunting cabin, he tells her they agreed about his wish to abdicate the kingdom the last time he saw his father alive. After that, Richard shows Amber a mysterious poem that his father wrote, a riddle. They were about to kiss, but the horse's neighing interrupted them. When Richard sees how the horses are doing, Amber looks through the late king's desk. She finds a secret compartment with documentation indicating that Prince Richard was adopted covertly. Returning to the palace, she conceals the documents. Lady Sophia confesses that she still loves Prince Richard, but he denies accepting them because he believes her love is only for the crown. Amber notices Lady Sophia kissing Prince Richard. Amber closes to inform Richard during a walk, even though she is hesitant to do so because it would cause him great pain. She discovers she is in love with him when he kisses her, interrupting her confession. At the same time, Simon and a suspicious Sophia explore Amber's room and find Richard's adoption certificate and her real name. Prince Richard visits his father, King Richard's grave, and promises to accept the crown. As Richard gets ready to be crowned at the Christmas Eve ball, Sophia shows his adoption papers and Amber's real identity. After Richard storms out and rejects Amber's apologies, Simon declares himself the heir apparent, and Amber departs the palace in tears. The queen later tells Richard that after being told she couldn't have children, she adopted him. She says she and the king thought of him as their real son and apologizes for not telling him all these years. When Richard inquires about Emily, the queen responds that she is their miracle, their biological child. Richard vows to prevent Simon from gaining the throne so easily and pardons his mother for his deceit. After marrying Sophia, Simon finds out that the queen has to oversee the coronation. Amber, however, believes that she can use hints from Richard's father's poem to establish Richard's legitimacy as king. Permitted to return to the palace, she discovers a covered declaration naming Richard the legitimate heir, signed and concealed by King Richard himself in the Christmas ornament and acorn created by the deceased king. The news arrives in time for Prince Richard to be crowned instead. Amber arrives just in time to witness Richard's coronation. Instead, Simon is being crowned and discreetly departs Aldovia after bringing the document to the official chamber. Back in the New York, Amber's blog on Richard's tale is rejected by claiming it is a puff piece. She quits her job out of rage and chooses to blog about the real Richard instead. It gradually attracts his notice and becomes popular. Richard surprises Amber while she is at her father's cafe on New Year's Eve. Amber gladly accepts his proposal when he declares his love for her. A happy new year with a happy ending.